What's going on? It's your girl Fathom DJ here with another Sunday's Truth. So yeah, we got to do it. We got to do it. It is about to be cuffing season officially. For those of you who are married and who have partners and things of that nature, it's always cuffing season, and that's a great thing. We have to have a conversation though about the concept of what it takes to have a relationship with a creative person. Now, let's do that. Let's do it. That's going to be cool. Let's go. So if you are a creative person, a DJ, a musician, a seamstress, a graphic designer, a photographer, a yoga person, a instructor, or whatever it is, a producer, an arranger, a composer, a painter, a drawer, whatever those things are that you do, whether they are your mainstream of income or not, these are endeavors that you're interested in doing, creation. And you're in a relationship with somebody who is not a creator or not as much of a creator as you are, per se. This conversation is for the both of you. Why? I think it is important to properly address the complexities of being a creator. Creators live for creation. Our lives can do most certainly other things, We can work regular jobs that have nothing to do with the idea of creation outside of creating income, which is incredibly important. But creation is important for the creator because it is like breathing. You wake up every morning, and outside of whatever your daily routine could be, I can find creation in a lot of things. I can find creation in making a smoothie. I could find creation in creating content for my web presence, in taking photos, in editing video, in coming up with concepts for videos, in those things. I am a creator. Occasionally, the creator gets stuck. You have a moment where you're not flowing, where you have to figure out how to get your mojo working, where you may throw yourself into documentaries, or you may listen to tons of music and things of that nature. And that works perfectly well if you're not in a relationship. If you're in a relationship, if you have children, if you have other obligations, this could possibly create issues for you. Your partner, your wife, your husband, your boyfriend may say to you, you don't want to do anything but that. That's all you want to do. Well, if you're not doing much of it on a regular basis, then it is going to be all that you want to do. If you haven't seen the success that you want to see from your projects, then most certainly you're going to be very feverish about doing this work. If you got deadlines, respectfully, then yeah. Now, we do have to talk about the fact of the matter. If your projects are not creating any form of income for you, then they most certainly will cause issues in your relationship, because the non-creative partner, the non-creative husband or wife that you may have doesn't see any validity in you continuing to do these creative things, doesn't see any validity in you purchasing goods and equipment and things of that nature to continue this process. What has to happen, though, is you have to, as a creative person, come up with some kind of strategy for how to address and justify creation and purchasing. Some of the non-creatives love you to death, and they know most certainly that what makes you happy is creation, because they understand that creation makes you happy, you won't really have problems so much with them allowing you time and space in order to create. If they aren't, this is when the problem starts. This may be long because this is something that I've gone back and forth with presenting in Sunday's Truth. I was writing a script for it, and sometimes scripting and planning works for me and sometimes it doesn't, but it's on my heart because I've dealt with this a lot in my process of being a creator and dealing with the non-creative. Most of the time, what drew the non-creative to you was your drive to create. Isn't that interesting how that works? They like your artsiness. They like that you're, different, that you're not a boxed person, that you're aspiring to do things that those who just are okay with working a regular job, who are, not entrepreneurial in their spirits or what have you, aren't doing. They like that. But once it's captured, the idea should not be to destroy it. Now this is where it gets real. Because you knew that 2-3 years down the line, based on how you met that person and how they were in their creation, that they were vested. You knew that. You knew when you walked into that room and you saw 180 crates of records. It's not a game. You knew when you saw all of the art supply, all of the spray paint, when you saw the tons of pieces of equipment, when you saw all of their writing goods and all of their books and all of these things that they may physically collect, when you became a part of their world, when they exposed you to these things, you knew then that they were vested in creation. Now, a lot of us are Wonder Women. A lot of us feel like we can come into a situation and turn the whole thing around. And some of us do. And this is part and parcel to why some of the creators indulge in activities that are destructive. This is part of the reason why some of the creatives, I hate saying it, but I'm going to say it because it's Sunday's Truth. Some of the creators are sleeping around, cheating. Some of the creators are completely uninterested in you. You're squashing their spirits because of the fact that they can't do these things. I'm going to say this. I had an interesting situation a while back with someone who I think is very creative. He's not very driven, unfortunately. And for whatever reason or another, I thought he was. And so we started working together. And, met the wife, super interested in, making sure that people know who I am so that there aren't any problems, that you get an opportunity to see me, add her to Facebook. So she was understanding that, what my goals were and stuff like that. And I can't say this for certain, but all of a sudden, after we started scheduling our schedule to work together, all of these little issues started popping up. This sabotagery of the schedule, the sabotagery of us working together started happening, and it stopped. It had to stop. It had to stop because, number one, I came to the conclusion that he wasn't really vested in doing things on a consistent basis, that he's a collector, not a creator. Sorry. But also because his wife kind of started throwing these monkey wrenches and making it more difficult for us to work together. If you love this person, you got to have some real conversations. If you love the concept of what they do when you meet them, you have to have some real conversations with yourself. Why? Because you need to come to the determination as to whether you're in this for the long haul. And it's not something that you can do overnight when you just meet somebody. Oh, I need to sit back and figure out if I want to deal with all the quirks and the going out at night and staying up late and buying equipment and, you know, being on the computer for hours and hours in when he comes home for work. Or if it is his work entirely, then you have to be okay with the fluctuation of finances and things of that nature. Oh, this is 10 minutes. Kids, I think we're going to have to do a part 2. Yes, because this relationship with the creators, and the creative natives is really important. The most important thing that I will say before I say anything else is that if you seek to control a creative person, if you seek to control a free spirit, one who feeds and breathes and eats creativity and expression, you're in for some problems. I'm going to wish you cosmic kisses and well wishes today. And I will see you soon. Hashtag finding Fathom DJ, fathomdj.com, and a bunch of other things that you will discover if you Google me. All right? Space.